It's another one. Young Buck in the building. Go ahead and holler at him, man.
Oh, man, they know what's going on. I got to come pull up and talk to the streets.
You already know what time it is.
I'm running around with my new single, just dropping it off. You know, warming the city up, letting them know, you know, Buck is here. Ain't never really went nowhere, but at the same time, I just been getting everything the way it should be, you know?
Right. Make no mistake, you've been killing the streets. You've been had that behind you with your flow as well as speak for itself.
Man, good
like
luck.
I told you said you went on a promo run. You just come here showing love, so that's always appreciated so much. That's love right there.
Yeah, man.
So behind the scenes, what can we expect when you do come back? When you do come back here?
Man, I'm actually about to go shoot the video for this single that I do got. You know what I'm saying? It's titled Can't Lose.
Okay.
The video is about to be shot by Eve Riviera. So for y'all that know, you know what he does, he makes movies. So, you know, I'm actually just getting the single off the ground. It's really doing well. And Charlotte is like, if not the biggest, one of my biggest markets, you know. So it's only right for me to just slide through here on time, all the time.
And not to cut you off, but it wasn't no regular slide through. You didn't catch no plane.
Nah.
You drove one of your personal trucks, man.
Yeah.
When I was like, what? When I saw you, I was like, what in the world?
Yeah.
But keep it going. Not to interrupt. I let you know, it wasn't no regular slide through, man. This man put up in his personal truck. He really rocking with us, man.
For real, man. And like I say, I got family out here, man. Shout out to my cousin Meech. You know, real family out here. So it's like, I've been a part of Charlotte, just North Carolina for so long that I feel like I owe this city just that genuine love at all times, because, you know, like I say, Charlotte has been one of those cities that's always supported everything that I've done, and I'm always support, you know, the city and everything that's going on out here. So yeah, man, my whole push and everything I got going on is genuine. It's G-Unit, of course. You know, a lot of people be wondering, well, what's going on with Buck or what's going on with G-Unit. Everything's good, you know. Shout out to 50-50 pushing with the whole power when he got so much going on with TV and all that good stuff. So on the music side is where I come in and play the captain of the ship. Everybody got a position to play. All my brothers is good, whether it's, you know, Yayo, Banks, Uncle Murder, the whole team. Everybody living, everybody, you know, getting to it, and everybody just gearing up to get a world, you know, this whole era again, I should say, you know. The generation of times has changed, you know. Now, you know, this generation, they want to party more. I think things was a little bit more serious back when I, you know, first started to make my wave into this game. And, you know, for the most part, I agree with it. You're going to have a lot of these, you know, vets or older artists that's been in the game. They come and they have all kind of different, you know, feelings about the youth and this generation of how they doing things, or the way they wear their clothes, or the way that they choose to rap. They speak on the that and all of that. But I say, hey, man, you know, if it's working for you, do it. And one thing I realize is that, you know, a lot of these dudes, they tend to have all these negative comments and things about, you know, this generation, about how they actually going about living their lives or making their careers happen, and have all these different opinions. Most of them are not relevant, or they're either trying to be relevant, you know. So I tell the youngsters, you know, do what you do. And for those that, you know, come from in my world or in my age bracket or whatever you put it, if you can't rock with it, then don't rock around it, you know, but don't hate on it, you know. Don't knock the next hustle. So a lot of things I can't get with, you know, with this generation, whether it's through the music or even through, you know, the clothes. I stay away from it, but I don't knock it, you know. So
that respect, I like that.
Good with how they do their thing, man. Do your thing, man. You know what I mean?
That's coming from my OG.
Just watching and seeing how the game is and everything. It's interesting, you know, because I like to see a lot of these artists grow and become, you know, household names. I'm always rooting for the underdog. So to be able to see, you know, a few of these artists that I've watched touch bases, you know, from their upbringing and the environment, and be able to say, well, yeah, man, you really come from that. There's a few of them out there that's making their names for themselves and made their names for themselves that I feel truly and honestly deserve it, because I was able to either put my hands on that gangster or lay my eyes, and like I say, my whole thing from the beginning was always to get into this game, you know, become what I became and use it as a stepping stone to get off and doing all of the other things that I want to do in life, whether it's through the movies or, you know, open up different businesses. You know, rap is a stepping stone for me to be able to show my other talents. You know, I've been a ghost to a lot of people's careers. You know, I've always, you know, had this blessed talent of not only being able to put a hit record together for myself, but for other people as well. So I'm almost also at a point where I realize I haven't received my just due.
Okay.
And when I say that, it's like, you know, the success of G-Unit happened so fast that I think it kind of go over people's heads that I've only released, you know, two you know, international worldwide albums in my full career before I started to experience trial and tribulation. So, you know, all you've gotten for our solo projects from Young Buck was straight out of Cashville with his, you know, multiple platinum, and then you have Buck the World, you know. So I'm actually in the process of dropping my third album, which I'm gonna title it Unexpected, because all of this is unexpected.
Facts.
You know, you wasn't thinking I was gonna be here. You didn't know I was gonna pop up on you. You know, I'm kind of moving on an unexpected type of situation. This album, you know, nobody was expecting the Buck to come through and be this hard, or they're not even expecting this record that you about to play for them. For those that haven't even heard the record, they haven't never even heard me like this. So I felt like the perfect title for my life and my album, it should be Unexpected. So I'm in the process of working on my project and just keeping my team alive. Cashville Records, that's my label. I got a few of my artists here with me right now. So, you know, it's just about, you know, creating not only a lane for myself, but providing a lane for some of these other guys that I know for a fact, you know, I'm going to be able to hand that torch to as far as my city and Cashville goes, because they come from where I'm from, and they're going to be able to carry it out in a real way, you know.
That's real dope. Yeah. It's real dope.
The wave, just something different. You know, I felt like the game, I need some separation at this point. You know what I'm saying? I'm more than just the average artist when I say that. I don't put myself in a box. You know, when you listen to Young Buck, you know, you can't really just label me a trap rapper or, you know.
So you don't want to be labeled.
Not at all, because I'm so,
I like
you
that.
know, I'm so international with it. I'm born and raised in Cashville, but my life has been spent, you know, throughout the streets of New Orleans, throughout the streets of New York, throughout the streets of LA. So I'm really a Rolling Stone throughout the streets of North Carolina. I'm a product of all these different environments where I've laid my head and called my home. That's what makes up Buck. So yeah, I'm from the South, and then I'm from California when I'm in California. You see what I'm saying? Then I'm in, you know, Carolina. You know, like I say, I come from all these different places because I've been able to go into these different cities and different states and actually become a product of Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my second home, you know, and I really am a symbol of it. It ain't about where you're from, it's about where you're at. I'm one of them type of dudes, and I've been blessed to be able to walk in certain areas in different ways, and where the respect has been, you know, mutually respected. And, you know, I could never ask for more than that. You know what I'm saying? When it comes from being an individual who's in this position of being this, you know, rap artist, and still having that open arms when it comes to the environment that I came from, which is the ghetto. You know, these dudes don't got that. These dudes have to, a lot of these dudes pay taxes to be able to even feel that, or be safe in these environments, or be able to even, you know, be around that, period. You know, I come from it, and it's been a gift and a curse, you know. I say that only because at a point in time in my life, you know, the fact that I've always kept one foot there and one foot over here, I got put in a position where I had no choice but to go all the way back to the streets. And the fact that I had one foot still there when I had no choice but to go back to them, they're what they did to me. They had their open arms. Here, we waiting on you. You ain't never left us. but you got a lot of
That's the most important part that people forget when they get on.
Yeah,
and when they start getting a little name for themselves.
Yep.
That's the most important part. I'm
Most
glad
important.
that you spoke on it. I'm glad you
I've
touched
watched
that.
it.
And I'm glad you actually went through it.
Yeah, I've watched it, and that's what make me a little bit different than what you got. You know, my experiences is hands-on. I'm not talking about nobody else's experience. You know, I was just telling my partner, you know, outside before I walked in here, you know, it's kind of crazy because, you know, I done spent my life coming up in these streets trying to survive and doing whatever it takes where, you know, I've been blessed to make it through those times, and then I get to a point in my life where I get this blessing of, you know, finally being able to let my talent bring me success. And